big news is Elon Musk is back with Trump. They're buddies again. I believe this is in preparation for the 2026 and 2028 elections. They have buried the hatchet. They're back together again. These are the most hilarious clips I could gather. These are amazing. And I do believe Elon Musk is the future, certainly the future of technology, but we want him on our side. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the Happy Patriots are. Of course, subscribe if you haven't joined our happy community yet. Here's Trump with this incredible quote where he is pointing to Elon Musk while the Saudis visit on a Saudi visit.
If you think about it, if Kamala, who's the same basic thing, grossly incompetent, he was incompetent, they're all incompetent because their policies are incompetent. Open borders, men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody. I mean, they got the worst policy. I don't talk about it too much because if I talk about it, they might change.
Amen.
So, no, I don't talk about it. I tell people, don't talk about it. Wait till 2 weeks before the election and hit the hell out of them. Right?
That's why I always say, is the Democrat Party going to change its campaign from 2024 in 2026, or are they still running on transing kids, DEI, all that type of stuff? Because they have not made a formal adjustment against it.
Right? We talked about that, right, Elon? He said we wait 2 weeks before. It's almost like you're in a war. Don't shoot yet. Don't shoot. Hold your fire. The enemy's rushing. Hold your fire. Don't shoot. Okay, now you can go.
He's remembering
2 weeks before.
He's remembering his buddy Elon that was their plan. So they're setting up this plan.
But I watched a guy the other day, a congressman, fighting for men playing in women's sports. And the new weightlifting record for a certain weight was just set. The man was 119 pounds higher than a woman champion who was a phenomenal champion, beat her by 119, and he was an average lifter prior to transitioning. A lot of the Saudis are sitting here saying, what the hell is he talking about transition? They don't do a lot of transitioning.
Yeah, the Saudis, they throw transitioning people off the roof of a building.
They're sitting here, the Saudis are saying, what is he talking about? They're saying, what do you mean women are playing against men? No, that doesn't happen, does it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. So even the Saudis culturally do not have certain problems we have, to our great shame. Here's a friendly thing between Elon Musk and Trump, really quick. So this is Trump coming in the door on the right, and that's Elon Musk right across from him there on the left. Watch this buddy tap and watch Elon nod to him because they're back on the same team again. Yeah. There goes Melania. I'm just turning the sound down here. Elon Musk is back to laying in wait with Trump. So they're on the same team again. And we need him on our side. We need the big tech. We need AI tools to help win the election. We need the power of those. Here's Tim Burchett's theory on the Benny Johnson show about Elon Musk getting so frustrated with the Doge stuff. This is about the insider trading stuff that Tim Burchett has been exposing today about Congress.
What should happen to the Clintons?
They should be punished. We should get to the bottom of everything. We should find out where the money went. We should find out where the money went when they were down there in that island, not just the Epstein Island, the
Virgin
Haiti. Haiti. But too many people got rich off this. Look, Benny, here's how it works. It's just the NGOs, and let's talk about them non-government organizations which are government. Just my bill to defund the Taliban. 1,000 NGOs plus you add the UN, probably 3,000 NGOs. The money flows, and Elon Musk had it right. And that's why I think both parties shunned themselves from him, because he said, hey, those NGOs, the money flows right back to Washington. And he told me, he said, I think it flows in the pockets of politicians. I mean, you had the ranking member of the committee I serve on that went through the bill to defund the Taliban, which, still waiting in the Senate for them to pass it. All kinds of confusion over there. They're fighting over the NGOs. The money, he told me the money flows right from your pockets to the dadgum NGOs. The NGOs, the money comes right back to Washington.
And we've seen their donations that the NGOs make, mostly to Democrats. Republicans are dirty also. Here's just a little quick tidbit. I like this. Elon Musk, my grandma just turned 100 years old today. Don't say happy birthday. Just leave a heart if you think that's amazing. There's this 100-year-old grandma. Here he is sitting down with the Saudis again, where they're asking about the future of how many jobs will AI steal.
This scares a lot of folks here when it comes to the future of jobs.
So let's hear about your thoughts, Elon and Jensen, on that.
Sure. Well, if you say like in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So.
Well, because AI will save so much money, will be so profitable for everyone that money will become abstract.
That?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. Now, between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. Mm-hmm. And I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
I'll explain it because I do believe it's true. I don't think this is spooky or weird either. It's simply that man has always used technology. Go back to the John Henry fable, right? Man against the machine. The man, he pounds one stake into the railroad tie at once, John Henry, and a machine comes in and can put him in faster. And after a while, all of your competition doesn't use men to hammer the ties in anymore. The guy with the machine can undercut the price of everyone. We've seen that with technology across the board, okay? Carpenters don't work like the Amish. They don't use wooden dowels and, they'll use an electric chainsaw. They'll use technology. We're printing houses, we're printing tiles, all of that. And I don't want to hear anybody complain about technology if you're watching me on a computer or a phone or a TV right now, which all of you are, allegedly, unless you're psychic. And if you're psychic, raise my hand right now. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, who's doing that? Who's doing that? Okay. Money will become abstract because all that happens is technology allows things to be more efficient and cheaper and more profitable over time. The more you use technology. I'm an artist. People are upset that AI is coming in and doing the work of artists. It's animating, it's writing scripts, it's writing music. And so animators want to it's protectionism. They want to protect their job and say, you can't use that technology even though everyone likes it and everyone wants to buy it and everyone uses it more than my stuff. I demand that you use my stuff instead of what everyone prefers. I demand that you like my music instead of the AI song that was written. So eventually what will happen is it'll just get to be so cheap and so effective that money could get to a point of being abstract. And there's nothing strange about that. It's just the natural trajectory of technology doing things cheaper and cheaper over time until next time they're almost free. Now we're getting back to Elon Musk. Here he is prepping. He's taking out Gavin Newsom in this interview. Watch this. Gavin Newsom.
No, guys, there's a reason why we criminalize theft in the first place. And then amazingly, I think Gavin Newsom came out against that.
Gavin Newsom came out against criminalizing crime.
Proposition? Yeah, no, honestly, he's the goddamn Joker. Gavin Newsom.
He's the Joker.
It's like from the Batman Dark Knight, the Joker is in charge of Gotham. You remember when he took over New York, basically, and the criminals roam free and the citizens are arrested. That's California.
The criminals roam free and the innocent people are arrested. That's California. And he mentions Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's going to run against J.D. Vance. And Elon Musk is even closer friends with J.D. Vance than Donald Trump. They're total buddies. So I believe he's taking shots at Gavin Newsom, getting back into the Republican Party, and let's see. I've got this quote. Here's John Voight just on how good of a guy Elon Musk is.
I'm here to tell you about Elon Musk, a man of dignity, a man of truth, a man of honor, who has done a lot for this country and the people of this USA. He's a kind soul, a gentle giant, and he loves America. And I want to tell you that the media is a disgrace. They're disgusting. They turn things around. They try to destroy and cause havoc. This, my friends, is a dangerous compare to say Elon Musk is Hitler.
That's what media said of him. So mainstream guys like John Voight are starting to put out videos. This is from earlier in the month to support Elon Musk. Now, this one is just hilarious because Trump is attacking Scott Bessent, his own guy. He'll shoot little shots at him, but this one is just a scream. Watch this.
The only thing Scott's blowing it on is the Fed. Because the Fed, the rates are too high, Scott. And if you don't get it fixed fast, I'm going to fire your ass. Okay?
Scott Bessent.
I can't tell you, Scott, sir, don't fire him. Sir, please don't fire him. He's got 3 months to go. Don't fire him. I want to get him out, Scott. Please. He's the voice of reason. You're very lucky you have him, I'll tell you that. Done a good job.
He's pointing to the Saudi leadership and to Elon Musk. You're very lucky that you have Scott Bessent. So he was joking, but I thought it was funny. He said he'd fire his ass. So now here's Scott Bessent in a new quote that he released today on Twitter. Here's Trump doing hard work of bringing $30 trillion of investment into America. I'm ending on this happy note.
The president uses the number 20 trillion in terms of total investments. And I think that those commitments are real. And whether it's corporate investment, whether it's the Japanese trade deal where they're going to put in $550 billion, whether it's the Korean trade deal with $350 billion, whether it's Apple saying that they're going to reshore. I believe that they may be up to $500 billion. So it's investments like we've never seen. And Brett, just to put that in perspective, the entire Biden administration was $1 trillion. $1 trillion over 4 years, $250 billion the final year. And we've got many single investments that are bigger than the Biden administration took in 1 year. So this is America's back. The president's done that. Our great tax policy. So we're deregulating. We've got tax certainty, and we're working on energy certainty.
In short, this is a pushback on, hey, people are feeling it in their wallet. They're not feeling confident. It's going to take time, but the fundamentals are there. $30 trillion, almost the size of our entire national debt, coming in just in Trump's first year, coming in to invest in America. And when all that money comes in and works itself through the system, yes, there may be some inflation, there may be some things that are unaffordable, but eventually the American financial system is going to be stronger because of Trump, regardless of tariffs, plus the tariffs put on top of it. So we're in solid hands. I wanted to leave on a happy note because so many people are going, oh, MAGA's falling apart, Marjorie Taylor Greene, blah, blah, blah. Trump's not scared. He's cracking jokes with Scott Bessent and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is back on the team. J.D. Vance is not panicking. No one is panicking that's in the administration. They're not running around with their head cut off. They're not terrified. They're doing great. They're having a ball. Let's lean in on our leadership's confidence. They've got this. America's in good hands. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.